Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope your holidays have been going well, and as we wrap up the end of 2020, what better way to do that than with a 2021 bullet journal setup. As you can see, I am switching over from my old Tsuki bullet journal from Notebook Therapy to the Notebook Therapy. It's also a Tsuki bullet journal, but in the Fujisan design. As you can see, there's a really nice rose gold foil design on the cover of Mount Fuji. Disclaimer, this was sent to me for free, but I do really enjoy these journals. It's 160 GSM, white pages, dotted pages, 2 ribbon bookmarks, as you'll see in a second. And this journal is a lot bigger than my old one. It's got this nice faux leather cover that's like really smooth. And of course there's the elastic band, there's a pocket in the back. And I really like this one. So I'm really excited to use it for 2021. Let's just kind of get started. As you can see, that's the Fujisan journal, and I always start off a new journal with a pretty useless page for me at least, but I like it because the aesthetic, and I've been doing it for years now, so I might as well just make a mini calendar. This is my first time starting a new journal with the new year. I used to start them generally in like May, June, July, like they would just end that way, but like I never wanted to waste half a journal just because I wanted to like start fresh for the new year, but I think it's really fitting that 2021 begins on a new journal. I'm using the classic red, yellow, blue Mildliner color palette. This one has been like my absolute favorite color combination with all the Mildliners, and you could really never go wrong with primary colors. So I'm just using these 3 markers for the rest of the setup, plus a black gel pen. That's a Zebra Sarasa in 0.4, and I think later I'll be using like some brush pens, like plain black brush pens. I'll mention them later. As you can see, I had already made a mistake when I gave February 29th, 30, and 31st, so that's okay. That's why we have whiteout, so no worries about that. A trick I use for filling out these calendars at least is I only pencil in the first day of the month, the last day of the month, and every single Sunday, so the left column, to prevent mistakes like what happened on February. And it works most of the time. I tend to like not mess up as much on these pages, but obviously it still happens, and that's why you have whiteout, and that's why you also pencil things in. It's a pretty straightforward thing. This is done in like 5 times speed because it took me so long. But and if you've noticed, this is a different background than what we're normally used to, because I was filming in one of the bathrooms in my house, and it was the only bathroom that had good lighting at like 3 p.m. because it's December and the days are very short, and it's also been raining quite recently, so there actually hasn't been a lot of good lighting. So as soon as I saw that it was just barely not raining, I knew I had to film a video before it got too dark again. As you can see, I messed up on April. I'll be fixing that in a sec, don't worry. It did bother me, like I would never leave that on its own. So I have this scrap piece of sticker paper from my sticker shop, my Etsy sticker shop, link in bio, just check it out. So I have this scrap piece of paper that is usually I just recycle it, or I turn it into labels for like my packaging. But honestly, scrap sticker paper is very useful because I don't have to like fiddle with like a glue stick or something, and it's really easy to get small shapes, and also it sticks really well because for some reason all the glue sticks I find, okay, maybe I just cheap out on glue sticks. I buy like a $2 glue stick from Daiso, and it's not a very good glue stick, so sometimes the edges peel off, but like sticker paper obviously sticks really well. So yeah, I think I was having trouble peeling the backing off, but I'm putting it on now, and there, you can barely tell that there was a mistake, and it's nice and good. And then I still have to fill in March, August, and December, I think, using the marker. This is one of the few parts of the video in what's the word? Oh, full speed, or like regular speed, because the setup is like pretty simple, but it took really long because I wanted to make sure I didn't mess up my lines or anything. But yeah, I also wanted to make the setup really accessible for you guys because it uses really minimal amounts of supplies. I know there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of other like YouTubers or like bullet journal accounts and stuff who go like really all out and make like really intense spreads, like very beautiful ones for their setups, but I know a lot of people don't have that many materials at home, so we're sticking with the simple 3 color setup. You could use any markers you could like that you have lying around. You could even just use like black and white. You don't even need to pick a color, but like I just enjoy throwing in some color. You could use Crayola super tips. I think those are really good for beginners. And yeah, obviously if you want to go like a little more fancy, get yourself some like Tombos or something, but you don't need to. Personally, I like Mildliners the most because I use them like both as highlighters like for school, but also as art supplies. So dual purpose, 2-in-1, 2 birds with 1 stone, you know. So this spread is the future log, which I think is one of the most important parts of a new bullet journal setup. We use the future log to basically plan in advance. Since the bullet journal is basically broken up into like dailies, weeklies, monthlies, and then the one beyond monthlies is the future log. So I set up my bullet journal every week, so I can only plan as far ahead as 1 week, right? But if I use a monthly log, like a calendar, I use that to like see everything happening in that 1 month, and the future log is basically to just get a full overview of the year. Basically, I only use the future log for things like exam dates, big assignments for class, dentist appointments, because you know how they book those like 6 months in advance, stuff like doctor's appointments, or like optometrist. Okay, I think I'm just listing out various healthcare things, but you know what I mean, like things that you would normally like forget, so you have to, okay, I'm explaining this like super poorly. Like, it's basically just for planning in advance. So things like trips, you know, if there was no coronavirus, like if you had a vacation, a camping trip, you would throw those dates in so you would know to block them off. And then every single month when I set up my calendar, I will refer back to this spread. And as you can see, there's 12 boxes, 1 for each month. So first I'm adding a drop shadow with a Pentel Fude Touch brush pen. And I forgot to mention, but I was drawing the lines in with a Sakura Pigma Micron. I really like those because they are waterproof fine liners. That's pretty much it. Just get yourself a waterproof fine liner, because that way you can color over them like with markers and they won't smudge. Basically any brand, as long as it's a waterproof fine liner, will do the trick. I'm using the Pentel Fude Touch brush pen to add the drop shadow because it's faster than having to like draw the outline of the drop shadow and then shade it in. You know, work smart, not hard, be efficient. Nice. Yeah, so there's 12 boxes here, 1 for each month. I'm actually not writing the title of each month because I wanted to do this thing that like Amanda Rach Lee did a couple of years ago, where I fill in the header for each of the future log like boxes with my monthly theme. So if like for January I did fireworks, then the top little box would have fireworks in it. It looks bad now, but it'll look really nice December 2021. Future log, we're planning for the future. It's an investment, but it will pay off in the future. You get what I mean. I think. I don't know. So this next spread is the year in pixels. I started doing this last year, and it's basically a mood tracker. So on the left side, all the way down, I have each day of the month, 1 to 31. And then on the top part, like across, you would have January, February, March, April, May, like, and so on, obviously. And so every single day I will fill in the square depending on my mood. I don't include a key because I've done this long enough that I know the key already. But you know, generally it goes like red is angry or stressed, yellow is happy, purple is okay. Or no, purple is like pretty good, green is okay, and then blue is like sad, and then gray is for sick/tired. So like I use these colors because that's just how I would associate them, but you guys could probably, like, you can pick whatever colors you want. And it's really nice to look back on like the finished one, like at the end of the year, because I get to see like big life events, how they affect me, how my mood was overall, hormonal stuff, whatever, because I yeah. Um, yeah. Like this next right side, the page on the right side here is my goals page. I'm not gonna fill this out on camera because this is pretty like personal stuff, but I generally just draw some like doodles in of like things I want to like do this year. To be honest, I didn't hit some of my goals from this past year, but you know what? That's okay. 2020 sucked, so I'm going to let that slide. On this new spread, I am making something new that I haven't tried before. It's the yearly playlist. So I'm making 12 boxes, one for each month, that kind of follows the same color scheme as the yearly overview at the start of the video. It's one box for each month, and then inside the boxes I will be putting 3 of my like top songs from that month. I listen to a lot of music, and I don't know, I just wanted to see what my 2021 looked like in songs, because my music taste tends to shift very frequently, and I basically listen to things like all across the board. And we'll see if I'll post it at the end. I don't know if I want to be judged for my music taste or not, but I think it's okay. It's not like great, but I think it's okay. And as you can see, I am using this simple brush letter font that I've been doing for all of the like setup spreads. I like to keep my like overall bullet journal setup for like the first part of the journal at least to be very simple and clean, because I'll be referring back to it a lot, and keeping it simple means I won't get tired of it. It's not like following like specific trends or anything, so it's timeless, you know what I mean? Classic, timeless. Yeah. I'm drawing in boxes, so in these 3 boxes for each month, I will try to replicate the album art as best as I can in this tiny space. Hopefully I don't listen to anything hopefully I don't like things that have like too complicated of an album art. Otherwise, I think I'd just draw it really poorly. I forgot which BTS album had like the nice like heart squiggle thing. Oh gosh, the BTS fans are gonna hate me for not remembering this. I'm just kidding, you probably won't. But I tried, I think it's Love Yourself. Okay, there, now they won't hate me. But I tried replicating that one time and I did really bad, so I had to cover it up and try it again. So yeah, I think it'll look really cool at the end. And now I'm gonna add in some titles the same way I did on the yearly spread. As you can see, I'm flipping back just to check. So like one of the cool things about this setup that I don't think you guys will probably notice though is like that little reflection on the top left corner of the video. When I like sped up the video, or at least when I'm editing, you can see the clouds, like the reflection of the sky, and like you can see the clouds go by, but like you have to go really fast. So oh gosh, I feel so stupid just mentioning this, but it felt so, it was cool. Okay, it was cool. Yeah, it's fine. And on this, let's just move on to the next spread. So on the right side, we just have my projects page, which is basically I broke it into 4 sections, and these are just 4 areas of like my life that I've considered, I guess, important, or like things I want to get stuff done in. Oh gosh, this is terrible. So I've broken it up into 4 categories. The first one being lexiesdesk, which is like my Etsy shop, my TikTok, my Instagram account, my YouTube. I don't know. I have some like pretty cool plans for this year. And then the other categories are like comp sci, which is related to like my major, my career. I'm a university, like I'm a 3rd year student. I'm in comp sci and environmental science, and I'm almost going into the workforce, so I kind of have to like, beef up my resume, learn some new like coding languages, stuff like that. And then the 3rd category is the home DIY. Basically, I love crafts. Like I want to get into like knitting, crochet, like painting and stuff like that. So those are stuff I want to do. And I haven't decided what the 4th one is, but we'll figure it out. This is the last spread of the setup, which is the, I call it my like term overview, which is basically just 4 calendars that like provide an overview. It's pretty self-explanatory of the whole university term. So this would be January to April. My school term doesn't start until January 11th since it got extended, but like our winter break got extended. But I just wanted to get ahead, and I usually put these before the January monthly, just because it looks better that way. And yeah, whenever the school term, like a new school term starts, I get all the syllabi, yeah, plural for syllabus, all the syllabi from like my classes. I put all the deadlines into these calendars, so that would be tests, exams, assignments, projects, anything important, and it all goes into there. That way I know which weeks are heavier, which weeks are lighter, like when I should start working on an assignment, stuff like that. So it's just really useful. I recommend you guys do this too if you're in university, because I don't think like high school classes have very detailed syllabi, but in university they're like required or something to just give you all the deadlines up front, and it's really nice because you kind of get to like plan your time ahead, like you plan your time wisely ahead of time. Yeah, I'm all over the place today, really sorry guys. And for this I used a Muji gel pen for the gray, because I think the gray just has a softer look, a gray Daiso highlighter, and then a black Sakura Pigment Micron like I've been using for the rest. But yeah, that's actually just the last spread in this setup. It's pretty messy. I didn't think the pen was gonna like poop ink that much, but it did, so I had to use a bit of whiteout. But yeah, so these are the finished spreads of the 2021 setup. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty simple. I think it's pretty like clean. It's really like relatively easy to like do in your own journals. Like I would love to see what you guys come up with. And yeah, here's a final flip through of the whole setup. So we had the overview, the future log, year in pixels, and the goals page, both of which are blank, the playlist, and the projects page, as well as my term overview. So yeah, guys, I hope you like this video. I can't wait to see what you guys create for 2021. I hope you all have a really happy new year, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye!